Imagine this. Sandra Smith, the morning news mainstay you recognize, instantly walks into a blasted studio with nothing but conviction and a silhouette that means business. The opening frame hits like a cymbal crash. She's in a crisp white one-piece, all clean lines and architectural cutouts that frame her shape with precision. Shoulders back, chin lifted, fingers sliding through her hair. She plants herself against a pure white backdrop and lets the moment breathe. No props, no distractions, just presence. You can practically hear the shutter working in bursts as the room falls away. Cut to an opulent rooftop pool. Sandra drifts to the glass edge in a sleek sapphire bikini, the kind of classic cut that flatters by design, not accident. Hiri's bottoms elongate her stance. A structured top keeps everything polished. She raises a chilled glass of sparkling water, and the blurred skyline becomes a soft halo behind her. It's the intersection of self-care and style. City hum below, cool air above. Focus centered, right where she stands. Midway, the scroll breaks for a black and white portrait that stops time. Against a seamless backdrop, Sandra wears a flowing silk skirt and a minimalist bandeau that reads modern sculpture more than wardrobe. Monochrome carves light into contour, shadow into intention. Every line, shoulder, waist, turn of the wrist lands like a deliberate brushstroke. The hush of the studio and the single strobe pop feel almost audible, as if you happened to witness a decisive frame in real time. Next, the mood goes playful. A candid boardwalk snap, coral tie-side bikini, hair in the breeze, an easy laugh tossed toward friends just out of the frame. She balances on the railing, toes pointed, the ocean setting the tempo with the steady smack of waves. It's unforced and unfiltered, the kind of picture that reminds you spontaneity. Photographs better than any pose ever could. Back at a Lux Villa patio, the energy shifts to quiet control. Sandra settles into a lounger in a black monokini that hugs and refines without shouting. One leg crosses over the other. One hand reaches to adjust the umbrella's angle. Warm tile underfoot. Trimmed hedges perfuming the air, everything about the scene says curated ease. Then comes the evening turn-soft lamps, velvet, and a secret courtyard that feels like it belongs to another century. Instead of pushing shock value, she opts for a sheer effect wrap layered over a neutral two-piece, letting light and drape do the heavy lifting. Candles flicker, drawing lines of gold along fabric and frame. She meets the camera dead on. The kind of gaze that sets the pace for the picture rather than racing to keep up with it. The message lands without exclamation points. Real confidence doesn't compete with the set, it commands it. Thread these frames together and you see why Sandra Smith's new images are the season's talking point. They're less about exhibition and more about intention, how a strong viewpoint turns locations into stages and garments into punctuation. From graphic studio minimalism to rooftop serenity, from boardwalk laughter to velvet-lit elegance. The through line is unmistakable. Strength, style, and self-possession. Look closer at the craft and you'll spot the choices that keep the story coherent. Architecture in the suits to echo clean spaces. Color theory that pairs sapphire against gray city glass, coral against sea-washed wood, black against evening stone. Posing that starts grounded and grows freer, then settles back into calm. Even the beauty notes sleek hair, luminous skin. Unfussy makeup serve the thesis instead of stealing the scene. If that kind of assurance gives you a spark, hit like, share this with someone who appreciates a masterclass in presence, and drop a comment. Which shot wins it for you? The white and white studio command, the sapphire blue rooftop.com, the monochrome sculpture, the coral boardwalk, candid, the patio poise, or the velvet lit finale? Tap the bell and subscribe so you're first in line for the next story where confidence turns images into headlines. Here's to owning your frame on and off camera.